yes, in my heart, and baby, down in my soul. You, baby, you can't take it no more. No, I know I'm walking out that door, the way it's treated me too many times. You know, I'm just not satisfied with the way that mixes from one little transition to the other there. But I'm trying to make the best of this little sample program here. Howdy, everybody. Looks like got everybody joining us right away today. I tried to do, 11-ish or 11Zs or whatever I'm trying to call it, and I wound up getting aggravated with my phone naming system. Like when you save your pictures and your videos on your cell phone or your video camera, how it names the things, it should always go by fucking date. Mine is serialized, and I didn't really think about that when I did my backup. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing about 150 or so videos and pictures at least from my backup, because as I copied them and then deleted them, then it reused the same fucking serial number over again for a different file. Luckily, I didn't copy and replace any of those when I redid my backup last time, so I didn't lose any crap. But yeah, I'm sure that's fascinating. But anyways, it took me a while to sit there and try to find the videos that I wanted to find that I thought I had already copied over from my phone. And, here's a couple of them right here. As promised, some more Obama inauguration photos, where you can see crowds all the way on the right, all the way on the left, gathered in front of buildings, fenced off. Just everywhere there could be people, there's freaking people. And here's a view towards the Washington Mall. Here's, like just a basic comparison. Trump's crowd and Obama's crowd. That's as detailed as you can get, and you can just see there's just a staggering number of times more people. Not just a staggering number of more people, just there's many times more people in the Obama inauguration as opposed to the Trump inauguration. And the fact of the matter is, we had about 150 million new registered voters. We had record registration. Women and minorities just couldn't wait to get out and stop Donald Trump. All these new people couldn't wait to go out and vote for Bernie at first. But, at the very least, they were rallied around stopping fucking Donald Trump when it all came down to it. And towards the end, it wasn't Trump that had the giant rallies. It was Hillary that was having giant rallies. And people were walking straight from those rallies over to the polls and early voting. In Pennsylvania, in Florida, in Ohio. But for some reason, Trump still got a remarkable percentage of the white female. But I saw a whole lot of white females in those audiences. It's just, fun how that works. And here is the crowd going all the way back to the Washington Monument. Way back there in the back. It's facing the other way. Just a fucking sea of people. This is what democracy looks like. This is what a coup looks like. And bear in mind, again, out of the about 8,000 people that are in this picture, as opposed to the about 70,000 people that are visible just in this one shot here, okay, at least 400, probably more like 8 to 1,200 of these people are actually Russian nationals who came to support their beloved installation or agent, um, friend, yeah, just friend, right? Just dear friend and ally, Vladimir Trump, whatever fuck his name is. But there were all these different guys on fucking YouTube telling you that Trump was gonna be the defender of America. So whatever. Just one fucking stupid thing after another. Just like how, we know the earth is round because people sailed around it. Oh, yeah. When can we please just stop being bullshitted? And despite what the Flat Earth Shilliverse doesn't want you to fucking know. What's up, Sean? What's up, Maximo? What's up, Pedro? Comments popping up now. Neville, how's it going? Despite what the Flat Earth Shilliverse wants you to think, it's always been the East manipulating the West, not the West manipulating itself, not your government wanting to take over what it already, is the government of. Shit never made much sense to me. I mean, it made much sense during the Bush years, but as soon as Alex Jones was talking that same stupid bullshit, and all these people were talking that same stupid bullshit during Obama, what fascists were lining up to enforce martial law behind Obama? They're all fucking they're just liars. Alex Jones, the lot of them. The whole fucking Shilliverse. And they tell you that Flat Earth, the whole reason why we think the Earth is round, came from fucking NASA? No. It came from Muslims calling us stupid Christians for still thinking it was flat. It came from the original rocketry experts, the original navigators of the Earth, the Easterners, the slave traders, the Horde. And even during the space race, Russia launched Sputnik. Russia had triple booster rockets, and we were trying to fucking get one rocket booster to balance. And while they were actually doing things and creating tremendous advancements in rocketry technology, we made a fucking Disney movie. So who's to blame and who's desperately trying to keep up? Does Russia at some point get to blame us for faking the whole space race just because we faked our way into victory over them? We faked our way into competitiveness? What the fuck is all this blue coming from? Anyway. Doesn't seem like there's that much blue coming from the screen, Just the one little light blue map. And I have a fucking massive screen over here. It's a tiny thing over here. I look like a Smurf. Okay. You can call me Papa. Kidding. No. Weird. So, here we have all the old historical navigational discovery, trade routes, colonization routes. You know, those things that prove the Earth was a ball, right? It's interesting to me because I found this. Let's see, when did I find this? I can actually find the date, I believe, on the download. In the right folder. Gotta look in the right folder first. That would fucking help. So I got this on January 9th, 2017. And I remembered I had giggled just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because this is supposed to show navigational proportions. That is to say, the distance of these routes is actually shown relatively accurately, or to scale. But it's rather similar in that respect, and dissimilar in other respects, like, for instance, the way that South America tilts to this little thing I put together here. Isn't that lovely? I don't know who made this fucking map. I just, you know, was randomly Googling images and shit. Not Google. I say fucking Google, but I use other search engines because fuck Google. But check that out. That's pretty cool. Looks about the damn same. And, I suppose I could show y'all a little tidbit of some of my other stuff. So, here you have just a basic idea of how weather systems move about on the flat Earth map. And it is what accounts for navigational discrepancies when I was talking about how flights across the Pacific are always assisted by navigational computers that link up with passive radar systems and active radar systems to monitor jet streams and actually plot the plane's course perfectly through the jet stream, giving it an increased relative speed. They've been doing this since the 80s. Okay. But you know, I always wondered why it was so much faster going one way than the other. Couldn't be the fucking Earth's rotation, right? Because, you know, relative air mass. It's not supposed to be the Earth's rotation. Turns out that would be fucking irrelevant anyways. But let's see if I can give you a brief rendition of what's going on with solar and lunar eclipses. But first, to understand solar eclipses, and I suppose I should have called this a little more of a flat Earth video than usual, since obviously I'm just going right into this part of it. And this is going to be one of the little segments of my big presentation whenever I get down to actually compiling it. I'm probably going to add even more stuff to it before I ever compile it. So here we have the sun and its path around the Earth. Now, just to establish the science behind what you're looking at. The speed of light is currently calculated based upon observation of the appearance of the moon of Jupiter casting its shadow on the surface of Jupiter when observed from two different locations on the planet, and the time being synchronized and the distance being calculated and the speed derived thereof. Okay. This assumes great distance of Jupiter, obviously. And if we extrapolate from this the near distance of Jupiter on the flat Earth model, which is actually unknown but can be estimated as being a fraction, a very small fraction of the distance, we wind up with a speed of light that is actually a very small fraction of what we're told the speed of light is. It is actually more like what we are told the maximum orbit speed of Mach 23 to 27 is. And my reasoning for thinking this is based upon the tendency for waveforms to travel faster through solids, like for instance coaxial cable or fiber optic cable. Things travel faster through solids than they do through gases. And the rate at which electrons, that is to say, electromagnetic particles, which is essentially light, can travel through a fiber optic cable, should be a similar percentage faster than that same light form should be able to travel through a gas or space. So, if you take this into account, what you wind up with is, as I have explained on many previous videos, the exact effects of the sunset and the sunrise on the flat Earth, as far as the temperatures, not the temperatures, the shades go that you see. And to revert back to some old video stuff, this is from the Phenomenal Sketchbook of Science that is now just ridiculously full of, there's just no blank space in that whole goddamn notebook anymore. Basically, as the sun is moving away from twilight, the wavelength elongates. And I've had a little bit of a better explanation of this. Let me see if I could find some images from that. Okay. Here's another image of that. And it's been a while since I thought about this, so bear with me. So essentially, you have the relative motion of the sun upward, meeting with the relative ascension, that is the cause, whatever it actually is, of the effect of gravity. These two forces combine at the edges of this phenomenon, and basically the intersection becomes tangent, and as it becomes tangent, the waveform elongates, thus creating what you see. Light bending through a curved lens doesn't create these fucking colors. The only thing that causes light to bend to the red spectrum is when the source of that light is moving away from you, near the speed of the waveform. Okay? So here we have the waveform at a slower rate, more relative to the proposed ascension on whether it be the zetetic or otherwise models. As the sun progresses around the map, the waveform that is unobstructed, that is, natural light spectrum, 10,000 Kelvin, whatever you want to call it, forms what we know as daytime. Before that, there is a similar intersection because the light going in front of the sun is still making a precipice nexus scenario along its edge. That's what creates the even part of the sine wave that is easy for us with the zetetic model to extrapolate. What is not easy for the zetetic model to extrapolate is what you see on the opposite side of the image, which is the other S side of the, quote, sine wave of, you know, daylight, sunrise, sunset, that kind of thing. And, you know, that's why you come to this channel, because I'm fucking good like that. Anyways, I did say something about this was going to explain, what was it? Eclipses. Eclipsi? Well, a while back in the phenomenal sketchbook of science, I had sketched this right here. And what I was trying to show you is how in the upper atmosphere, a similar thing to what I just showed you is actually taking place, but it happens sort of in an opposite way. And that only meets up with the moon every now and again, and that basically negative space of light is what causes the lunar eclipse. To give you a more clear idea of that, though, I spent quite some time trying to find a way to render it, and that's actually where we arrived at this map here. And so here we go. The circles you see are to illustrate the actual visual effect that is on the moon. Okay. Now what is happening is as the illustrated daytime period moves about, the entire plane, the entire system is all ascending. Okay. So what happens is on the other side, opposite of the sun, you have a point of total darkness that is constantly forming sort of a black spiral. Okay? When the moon, in its orbit, intersects this black spiral, that is when you see, you know, the lunar eclipse. And let me see if I can remember where the fuck that one image was. What was it? It was in the 2011 events folder, wasn't it? Give me one sec. Just gonna put that on there so we can have a reference to what an eclipse of the, especially the last lunar eclipse, which was, you know, clearly a metaphorical take on the whipping tail of the Dark Leviathan. But so is what we're talking about. We're talking about the dance of the black spiral that fallen spirits, as per certain twisted and capitalized upon legends, you know, role-playing, have referenced. Does that look like the shadow of something passing in front of it? Or does that look like the illustration I just provided? I've seen a lot of shadows pass in front of a lot of things. None of them ever turned fucking purple and red and orange and shit. I mean, like, I don't know what kind of drugs you do. Or what Neil deGrasse Tyson or all these smart people do. But that doesn't look like a fucking shadow to me. Okay? And if the speed of light is so tremendous, it should not be obscured in such a manner. So. Let me just move a few more of these images in here, because I want to show you exactly how each phase of the eclipse actually forms. And how it is basically relative to summer, winter, the season, the alignment of it. That's what affects how the eclipse turns out looking. Okay, and I'm sorry, just fucking a shadow passing over it can't account for it. All the different ways eclipses have looked, especially this one, which, you know, we've talked about this one. This is the one from 2011, and boy, wasn't it fucking weird. Anyway, so as you can see, the different phases as the moon passes through this point where basically light fails to reach, that in effect forms a negative black spiral. You know, like, it isn't there, but what isn't there forms the black spiral, right? Makes sense, right? All right. That's saying. That's how you get what I was attempting to explain in my single sketch on here. Okay? So, I'm going to open up the comments for questions. What's up, Joey? Anybody got any questions about that one, or was it as brilliant as I hoped it was? You had a few people watching now, so apparently I'm you know, I waited too long to divulge this, but I don't care. I wonder how long it'll be before whatever questions show up there. Yeah, I really just wasn't trying to give this away at the point at which I saw everything going to shit, because I didn't want all the Shilliverse channels to be able to run it and have like a perfect explanation for an eclipse, because I know they were all struggling with that. I mean, what the fuck are they gonna do? Their IQs are all like 50 points lower than mine. So anyways. And connect 4. Okay. So yeah, I guess I'll leave one of those up right quick, so y'all can stare or whatever. And let's see. I might have a few more things in my little folder I have prepped that y'all might want to see. What's funny is I snapped a whole bunch of shots of one of Tiger Dan's videos to like rip him a new one on something he was just like struggling with because he's a moron. Right before he like abandoned ship. I guess I could throw a little of that in there. He was sitting there tripping out on how basically lines of perspective move away from you And I mean, otherwise this would have been a brilliant video, but then he goes and throws this shit in like, oh look, that looks like it's curving away from you as it goes this way. Dude, that's just fucking basic perspective. Like, what are you talking about? And you know, if you would have just taken into effect the theory that I've been, repeating over and over again, your line of sight is a circle. Because the definition of a circle is points equidistant from a center point. If you're the center point, and the distance is how far you can see, then what you can see is going to be a fucking circle. If it, goes that way, it kind of looks like it's going down because it's fucking a circle. Put a circle on the ground. Look at it. Looks like it's going down. It's not. It's a circle. Ah! Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck that shit. Oh, anyways, so yeah, there's old Columbus and Magellan. Yeah, Magello. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Okay. Oh, there's a fun thing. I love this one. Barack Obama's a Freemason. Right? Didn't y'all know he was a Freemason? Because y'all saw an image of him like with a Freemason thing. And like, you know how all Freemasons like to pose with pictures of big Freemason emblems? Right? Oh yeah. They're real winner chicken dinners about that shit. Let's take a look, shall we? Barack Obama is a Freemason. Oh dear. Okay. First of all, this is stupid. Okay? Just from the get-go. The idea that he was sitting there holding that is stupid. Second of all, you'd think that if they were going to present such a thing to the President of the United States, they could center it in the fucking picture frame. Look, I mean, like, it's clearly just he was holding up a fucking thing that was in a frame, and they photoshopped that shit on there and didn't even do a good job. Look at it. There's an overlap on the white line. Okay? Even Dingo's moaned in his sleep because it's so stupid. Dingo, you having a bad dream, baby? It's okay. He's a good boy. So, yeah. Barack Obama, not so much of a Freemason. That's just a silly fucking thing that they bullshitted you with. Because, Alex Jones and all them are fucking liars like I told you. And if they were, I don't know, ever, the Flat Earth people, if they were ever actually trying to win a Flat Earth argument as opposed to just trying to divide and conquer people, they would have been more than willing to hear out the theories of the guy whose IQ broke fucking records. Okay? Anyways. They're just too much a bunch of winners for me. When the Earth was all, was there space? Oh, yes, there was. When the Earth was all, there was definitely space. Space was at no point infinite, however. That's like the number one way to get people into a brainwashed mindset is starting with the whole the universe is infinite premise. I'm actually lagging on the right side. That's different. So I wanted to show y'all First, I want to show y'all a winner chicken dinner of immensely special proportions. Who really fucking pisses me off. I've told Joey about this. This is the guy, Joey. See him in his little silver Nissan Titan right there. And I could just be out there in the morning drinking my coffee in my fucking car, waiting on the bus. And this asshole, even if he's not passing people like a crazy person, even if he's not driving 100 miles an hour down the goddamn street, he comes up and like revs his engine and does burnouts and shit while driving and like fucking gets his tires loose and shit just to piss me off every fucking morning. And he doesn't even have the decency to pull over so I can beat the shit out of him. Like, what's wrong with people these days? It's just not very polite. You know, if you're gonna fucking harass someone every day for 6 months straight, the least you could do is pull the fuck over so they can beat the shit out of you. That's all I'm saying. God, I want to beat the shit out of this guy. Like, let me show you. Just, you will find few people as worthy of an ass beating as this motherfucker right here. Y13. And apparently my audio isn't synced up. Is the audio completely out of sync for y'all? Yeah, it sucks. So, there's just a few more. Either he's passing extremely fast. And damn, my sync is just all messed up. It looks like it's getting extremely slow. Fucking sucks. What the hell is wrong here? What do I need to do to make this not be like this? It's just pissing me off. One, two, three, four. Still way out of sync. Okay. Let me see if any of these videos will play better. I'm hearing the fucking audio. Does the audio and video seem just completely way out of sync to you? Oh, my computer is just struggling right now. Yeah, there's one where I'm not zoomed in, but he's down there in the distance passing people. It's a fucking... I still haven't seen any comments yet, so if anybody could tell me whether or not I'm just completely all out of fucking sync and whether these videos look completely stupid right now, it's kind of pissing me off. This one I know for sure is one of him passing people off in the distance, or right in front of other people, you know, like about to cause a head-on collision and shit. Already fucking passing people. That's him right there, those headlights passing the other set of headlights. Almost got in a head-on collision with those people that were going off. Already fucking passing people. Great. Oh, so yeah, I you know, silly me for pointing out that all the fucking Russian shill channels are all just faking the whole FlatEarth movement just to gain people's trust so they can divide and conquer. And if they had any fucking integrity whatsoever, they would have been more than happy to accept my help considering that they're essentially fucking lost without me. But, you know, I'm not bitter. Let me see here. Looks like it's starting to sink back up again. Oh, firmament. Firmament was a long time ago, dude. Firmament was pre first 5 generations ascension. Okay, there weren't no stars and like no. So this is this winter chicken dinner that I've been dealing with every day. Could the burnout video actually be freaking seen on there? Guy comes right up to the damn bus stop and then just does a fucking burnout. Yeah. And again, you know, I go and I try to wave him down. I'm right there. There ain't nobody but me and him out there. He's on the fucking road. I'm stuck there because I'm waiting on the school bus. He's chicken shit. He keeps on fucking going. Since the beginning of the fucking school year, this bullshit's been going on. So then mornings where I got on here and I was irritated, I was talking about that fucking Nissan, that silver fucking Nissan and all the asshole drivers around here. Oh, I'm going to wind up posting a compilation of all the various assholes around here as I collect them. But apparently I've been missing out on some of my video files due to my backup issue with the whole serial numbers on all those old videos. Because whenever I get a good one, I'll not delete it and I'll keep it. And that's why I've had so many different problems with my SD card getting full. Apparently my backups haven't been fucking working, and that explains a lot with the whole serial name and the way I've been doing the merge folder thing, copy but don't replace, right? Anyways, blah blah blah. Rockin' says he'll get his instant karma one day. Yeah, he already pulled that shit one time right after my good friend the captain had passed by on a day that we had saluted because of a fallen officer. Whenever there's a fallen officer, my daughters and I actually go and stand and we salute the captain of fucking Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office as he passes. Yeah, he's my neighbor. Okay. Write a good tune for my asshole compilation. That's a good idea. I really should get back into songwriting. Like recording. I have a webcam now. I guess I used to have a Sound Blaster X-G and a $160 Sony dual condenser mic that picked up even my bassy ass voice and like the highest pitched cymbal in stereo. And I had Cakewalk, and I had a drum set. I had like 7 fucking guitars. I had a bass. I could record music. And now I have my one acoustic guitar that lived in my car with me. And I guess we're going to try to do it with a webcam. Next time I actually start writing a song in my head, I'm going to try not to immediately forget it. And write one for assholes in cars. Shouldn't be any problem. You know, some days I'm feeling so musical, I almost feel like getting on here and live broadcasting and being like, okay, somebody pick a topic and I'll sit and write a fucking song about it. But that's like a mood that I get in. You can't always be like that special. Speaking of special, I had a special moment earlier today. I had posted the raw video. I don't know if did y'all get to see it. Up here in the top little corner area. Oh wait, I'm taking these out already. Where's the MPEGs? They're already gone like they're supposed to be. Okay, that's good. All right. So I'm gonna wait a second. Maybe I can get in that one video because I really. Could y'all at least tell that he was driving like an asshole in any of those videos? Like, I don't feel like digging them back up in the folders that I had, man. I'm just gonna move on to this. Fuck it. So, one of the things on the videos from 2011 was this crisscrossing fractal cloud structure that formed from the various angles that the celestial temple, I guess, manifested from. And let's see, maybe I can get a photo up here right quick of my sketchbook where I had drawn that, so I can have a clearer understanding of what I'm talking about without me assuming that you've seen the other freaking videos. So, hold on one sec. Get the fucking this guy up here, and I don't have that, so wrong folder. Pictures. 100 SLB. At bottom. Yes. Okay. That one. No. That one. Okay, this is the one that I uploaded earlier.
Okay, so this is attempt 2. I don't know if I'm recording this. I look up and I see these weird fucking symbols in the sky. 1, 2, 3. And the fourth weird apparition that seems to enjoy communicating. You can see the face right there. And then I look on the distance. There's some multi-level clouds.
The audio's all fucked up.
And this grid-like thing that doesn't... That's not what vapor trails like. But it is a whole lot what the celestial clouds look like.
Okay. Well, you can go see that without the screwed up audio on my last upload. Sorry about that. Haven't really had any problems with this crap until now. Kind of sucks. Alright, I'm still looking for a snapshot of my sketchbook. I don't think I'd have a few of them available. Anybody come up with any questions about the solar and lunar eclipse theories? I mean, you know, solar's pretty obvious. Fucking thing gets in the way, doesn't it? You can extrapolate from there whether or not it's below it or above it. Or you can make up stuff about some weird foreign objects that might just be dust on a guy's lens. I don't like complicated answers to things, you know. I'm a very big fan of Occam's razor. It's a very reliable tool for scientific investigation because, generally speaking, the simplest explanation for something is exactly the case. And, you know, sometimes magic is a simpler explanation than science. And I guess it's just a matter of whether or not you're comfortable admitting that you don't or can't understand something, or that there is a spiritual aspect to it in order for it to be understood, which is usually actually the case. Oh, come on. I have a lot of fucking photos. Holy crap. I love this image. You gonna go on there? No. My entire computer is freaking out now. What the hell? Fuck off with this bullshit. Yeah. I've got like the progress thing going, like it's thinking real hard for no reason right now. Let me go ahead and get through these photos right quick. I'll bring them back if they're necessary. You can see the little crisscross patterns back there. And it was a series of very high frequency, you know, like very small spacing between them. It certainly was not a bunch of vapor trails. Every single one of them was parallel, too. I wish I could have gotten better focus shots on it, but this is all I could take. All right, come on now. Fuck off. Rather pretty array of clouds in the distance, too, I thought. Just seemed like the distance was really distant. And, well, it doesn't seem really that strange to me because I had just brought up the videos of the Celestial Temple and the Sign of Jonas and the Whale Cloud and all that. And this is basically the same fractal formation. It's a temple that exists sort of in and out of this dimension. And yeah, it does its own thing. And the last couple of times I've presented information or evidence regarding it, it came and hung out. And this time it presented itself in a manner in which it's saying, okay, fucking photograph me already. So I did. And, you know, maybe that's what all this stuff translates to. Just weird little clouds. These were some weird little clouds. That whole thing, that I know what that is. This seems a lot like the different archangel clouds that were appearing before all that happened. And I am expecting a very big event, a very big divine event. I don't know whether it's going to happen specifically to me for videotaping again, or whether or not I'm actually going to get some more global coverage. But as you can see, we still haven't sent this one particular tweet yet. And this was the first one. Before I got the camera ready, it really seemed a lot more round than this too. And then this little thing off to the top left, right there, was kind of there after it stopped being as round as it was. Anyways, so I was having fun doing a little car sketching. Thought I might share because I don't know, I'm kind of geeking out on these little designs here. Nissan made a front-wheel drive prototype. Front-wheel drive prototype. Didn't do very well, but they made it. And Honda didn't. And that pisses me off. So Honda needs to make a front-wheel drive Integra Type R Nostalgia prototype. And that is how they need to do it, right there. Ultralight, a little shorter than you might think. Internal downforce. A new style of front C-pillar splitter that is adjustable, reducing front weight and increasing middle of the car downforce. The tail needs to be integrated more like the actual Integra Type R's tail, so that it can weigh less, have less drag, and still create sufficient downforce. And, well, that one's not nearly as good as this one. This is a Nostalgia NSX prototype, mixed with the front end of the new NSX. See those headlights on there? But I took some cues from the new NSX and the old NSX, mostly the rear end is kind of a tribute to the old NSX. And Maximo says he doesn't get to type flat earth questions, apparently. If you have a super chat, I don't know how it works, whether or not it's like the kind of thing where you gotta pay for it or whatever, but as you know, I don't get contributions anymore, so if y'all ever feel like typing out long questions, I think that super chat thing works good for that. And then I can read out your question on the channel and it can be remembered for all posterity. Yay. But anyways, look at the ass on that thing. I like it. Like that view right there. Oh yeah. I don't usually spend quite that much time on just a random sketch for a suggested design that I'm just gonna tweet and give away to somebody. But like the more I look at this guy, the more functional it seems. And I really think they should build it. What do y'all think? Anybody here think that they should build this bastard right here? A fucking NSX Nostalgia prototype? Waiting on my lagging ass comments. All right, let's see how long. Oh, I'm caught up. Look at that. I can do things at the same time and it shows my face. And over there, it's still showing the usual lagging by 10 seconds. But, you know, this screen, which is supposed to be my local screen that I'm looking at right now, that was supposed to be, you know, like you know, it's supposed to not lag at all, but it was lagging. Sure you'd take one? Well, it's really kind of for professional drivers only. It's, you know, 24-hour Le Mans race car style. IMSA series. But, you know, you could be one of my friends who's a professional race car driver, and I'd be insulting you right now without knowing it. But I don't know. I didn't know that. I didn't know if you were fucking Klein Newbig or Kenny Cameron. Any of my daytime friends. Yeah, some new cars are getting uglier. I appreciate that you like my drawings, but there's some cars that are pretty these days. That new fucking the new Civic Type R. It just looks so much like that Civic Si that I bonded with at the dealership when I was working at Richard's Honda. It just looks so much like that. I wanted to be its friend. And the new one, you know, I would kind of sit and look at that old Civic Type R and think, just needs a few things. Just a couple little things. And it would be perfect. And they pretty much did those things. So I can't complain about that shit. The new Civic Type R, The 2018. Go find the videos. It's nice. I mean, it is just nice. Let's see, I'm trying to find my little photo shoot of the SI that I took out at Richard Tarman Honda. But, you know, there I go looking for fucking photos again. Jesus Christ. Really? Like, what happened to Windows? It used to be so much easier to find photographs in order and shit. Now they don't even let you arrange the crap like they used to. Oh, well. Pain in my ass. That's what this is. A pain in my ass. Ah. Not that one. Although I did rather like the way the 2013 Accords. Okay, like I just started working there when these new Accords came out, and you know, as y'all know, I drive an Accord. Try not to talk about it. No, actually, I love talking about my Accord nowadays. Well, for a long time, I had looked at like the 2011 model, and I looked at my car, and I looked at like just the similarities and differences, where they were going wrong, where they had gotten it right. And even by the logic that they would train the salespeople with to like tell you what to tell people that they did with this car to make it better, right? They actually say they went back to the old design cues from the early 90s Accord. And you can see it's written all over the car. I mean, freaking the hood going down in the center, the more pronounced C pillar. It doesn't, you know, at a glance, you wouldn't look at that and think they took the 93 Accord and used it as an inspirational platform, but you know, they have their similarities. There's my little guy. You can see the bigger C pillar on him. They got more angular with the hood line, the headlight line, and I think, you know, one of the best features overall of Honda Accords is that the way the hood comes down in the middle instead of puffing up. Okay, it just looks better, you know. Just has a more sporty, aggressive look to it. And let's see, where is. That's a beautiful car, I think. And of course, you know, it's an Accord, so they've already sold millions of them, so everybody's getting tired of it already. But like this SI, for instance, I'm not the biggest fan of this SI. Drove like a fucking dream. Most people don't like the interior. I like the interior just fine. I think it's cool. I like having the little speedometer up there separate from everything. Unlike the other ones, this has a volume knob. And that's stick shift. Oh, that's stick shift. The hell? Oh. Time to feed phytoplankton. Okay, well, I'm getting bored of this. And I can't find the fucking stupid, beautiful photograph that I had. Really was a beautiful photograph. Beautiful set of photographs. Like, I took this one car out for like a damn near pornography shoot, and now I don't have the pictures anymore. It's just a damn shame. Like pulled a pretty tree. It was the perfect time of day. The lighting, everything was just right. I think Joey's pictures, but I haven't been able to post them on here. I just want to. Yes, I can't find it. I give up. Sorry. Anyways, so anybody got any more questions? Did you manage to let's see, can I check and see what Super Chat does? No, I don't know. It's still just a blank window that says Super Chat. Yep, that's it. So I'm gonna do like a car specific thing. I'm gonna get all the actual photos of the body work I did, and I'm gonna find that freaking Civic because it was the pearl white orchard. It was just perfect, and I'd actually rather have that than the new Civic Type R because I don't want a turbo. I just want the freaking K series. I just want a regular old K series Civic Si. Super chat is make a donation and get the type of message that stays up a tad longer. Oh, that makes sense. Well, there you go, Brother Maximo. If you want to make a donation to have your message actually work, don't blame me. I'm not the one who's doing the shit. But then again, I'm not the one who deleted the click donate button. Doesn't that seem suspect to y'all? Did y'all catch that bullshit when it happened? I've never asked for donations on this channel. Okay. I said if there's any really rich people who really feel the need, they go on it. But anybody else, just please don't. I'm sure y'all got better shit to spend your money on. And then at the point at which I realized that my wife was kind of being a little too optimistic with our finances, and we were having to declare bankruptcy. A couple weeks ago, I'm saying, look, we're fucked. I need to start asking for donations, which I don't really like. But if anybody can help us out, go ahead and click the donate button. And then the next fucking day, the donate button was gone for everyone. I'm not a moron. I'm certainly not enough of a moron to mistakenly think that I'm Jesus. Okay? This whole thing has been a fucking trip. The more I boldly assume, the more it gets proven that I'm not a moron for thinking so. And it's far out, man. It only accepts credit cards, not PayPal? Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, YouTube is fucking evil. Okay? There is some management up at YouTube that has lost its fucking gourd. Okay? I show y'all screenshot after screenshot of my fucking revenue. The longer I've had this channel, the more work I put into it, the less, just a steady fucking bar of going down. Right after a couple of things broke in August about Russia interfering with the election, goes up for a little bit, then goes down. Had the flood, goes up for a little bit, then goes down. Seems like The more valuable this channel is, the more right I am about crap, the more I prove things, the more interesting it becomes, the more higher rated and viewed it should be, the less viewed it is. The less money I make. It's fucking bullshit. And all this is happening while they're also stealing views and therefore money from companies like CNN and CBS News and MSNBC. Anybody who's not in the pro-Russia, pro-Trump shillerina, they've all been defrauded. They've all been ripped off and should all have a class action lawsuit. Just taking fucking YouTube to the cleaners, okay? Taking Google in general to the cleaners. Because now not only have they stolen an immense amount of money from an immense amount of people, they've helped destroy our fucking democracy by doing so. And I don't think that should be allowed to stand, personally. I'd like to tie them all to my fucking bumper and drag them around the block a few times myself, but Anyways. So, y'all have a good night. I'm going to go ahead and go. Been over an hour, and I guess I have time to actually go maybe watch some videos or something. Maybe. Free time. What a fucking concept. Anybody got any last minute questions or anything before I go? Alright, so thanks for watching, everybody. Hope y'all had a wonderful time. And I get the feeling tomorrow's going to be an exciting day. Let's pray it's not too exciting, shall we? Peace! Oh yeah. Like. Don't forget to click the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check your subscription if you're not, sure it's valid. Fucking channel drop subscription. And the best thing you can do to help me get more views, copy the link, go to a forum, go to a Facebook group, post it. Post the fucking link. That'll help. Probably not this video. Peace.